Did you know that before we got Jurassic Park 3, the movie that we were supposed to get was Jurassic Park 3 Extinction? And here's exactly what that movie would have been like. The movie would have began with two wealthy American tourists parasailing over Isla Sorna only to go missing on the island, similar to the beginning of the actual movie that we got. The movie would then shift to the mainland where we see a US State Department official investigating a series of mysterious deaths that were possibly caused by dinosaurs. This official would travel to Utah where he would meet none other than Alan Grant. He offers Grant the exclusive rights on Isla Sorna to open a raptor research station if he helps the US government acquire jurisdiction over it by testifying at a hearing in Costa Rica. Now Grant says yes, but shortly after, he's approached by a wealthy donor and his 12-year-old son who just so happens to love dinosaurs. And the donor offers Grant a sizable donation if he hosts a sightseeing flight over Isla Sorna. So of course Grant says yes. He, his grad student, the donor, his son, and his wife and their bodyguard, they all go on the flight. Sound familiar? And while on this flight, they end up hitting an unidentified object, so they're forced to land, and this plays out similar to what we see from the actual movie. And that's with our characters being terrorized by the Spinosaurus, and they get caught in the middle of a battle between it and the T-Rex. The movie then jumps between two different storylines, one being Grant and company on the island being terrorized by the dinosaurs, and then the US official at the hearing that Grant should have been at. The official discloses that dinosaurs have been breeding and making their way to the homelands, causing the deaths of humans. And back on the island, Grant and the others, they encounter raptors, they escape on dirt bikes that they find, and of course the raptors chase after them, and we would have gotten one of the funniest scenes in this franchise, and that is that we would have saw a raptor ride a dirt bike to its death. The US official does some more research, and he discovers that the pteranodons, they were the cause for the deaths of humans on the mainlands, and this is due to their ability to fly and travel. Now the ending of the movie, it would have played out quite similar to what we got from the finished product, except for a slight change, and we would have saw the US government send a fighter job to bomb the island and destroy the dinosaur population. Now the government would have spotted Grant and company, and they would head down to rescue them, only for Grant to head back into the jungle as it's being blown up. Now what exactly happened? Why didn't this movie get made? That's because the studio felt like the name Extinction would have meant for the end of the franchise and closing doors on possible sequels. So they got rid of the name Extinction and they called this movie strictly Jurassic Park 3. And with 5 weeks before the movie was set to film, the director thought that this movie was too complicated with two different storylines taking place at the same time. So they reworked the script. When they did start filming, they didn't really have a script other than the beginning of the movie. So the middle of the movie, the end of the movie, most of it was done on the fly while they were filming. But what do you guys think? Would you have wanted to have seen Jurassic Park 3 Extinction, or are you happy with the movie that we did get?